can do this. Why is this so weird and hard for me to say? Ugh, God. I'm bisexual. I am bisexual. I am bisexual. Bisexual is me. So, yay! Coming out videos. Well, I don't think this counts as a coming out video because, like, I've been out for, like, ever. I mean, if you look on my Instagram, my profile picture is literally my profile picture, and then if you look on the side, there's a little bisexual heart there. So lately there's been a lot of talk about LGBTQ videos being blocked on YouTube, and so I thought, hey, might as well talk about my sexuality because that seems to be a topic right now. And there's my dog. Crunchy, can you, like, not? I think I always wanted to make a video about this, but I never really knew the time or when or So before I get into being bisexual and how I figured that out, I want to talk about how I learned about other things when I was younger. So the day I learned what the word gay meant was a pretty interesting one. I was sitting watching, I think it was Oprah, an interview with Adam Lambert, and they were talking about how people always think that he's gay. And the word gay I had heard before. I knew it was something that people older than me would say to each other as an insult, like, oh, you're so gay. But like, me being like 7, I didn't really know what that was. No one ever really explained it to me. I just knew that it had a negative connotation to it. I looked at my parents and I asked them, what does gay mean? And I remember the look on their faces. They didn't know what to do. You can tell. At least I didn't realize that, but now I know. They didn't really know if they should explain it to me or... But luckily, they turned to me and they told me, gay is when a man likes a man. And, you know, me being the little kid I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and I just, like, went back and finished watching the interview of Adam Lambert. Fast forward to 4th grade, I knew what gay meant, but I had heard the word lesbian before. Like, in movies, there was this one movie, what was it? It was like Angus, Stongs, and Snogging, something like that. And I knew that the girl told the guy that liked her, but she didn't like that she was a lesbian, to get rid of him, but I didn't know what lesbian meant. So one day, one of my very, very closest friends, she told me, this lunchbox makes me look like a lesbian. And the lunchbox she had was one of the Capri Sun lunchboxes that they used to make with all those Capri Sun patches. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but it had like a girl surfing on it. And so she said, this lunchbox makes me look like a lesbian. And I didn't know what lesbian meant. I know I had heard it in a movie, but, you know, I didn't know what it meant. I asked her, what does lesbian mean? And she told me to quiet down, like it was some huge secret, like to know what a lesbian is. And so she told me, and she whispered it, she was like, a lesbian is a girl who likes girls instead of boys. And I was just shocked, because I had never heard, because I always thought it was only guys who can like other guys. I didn't know that girls could like girls too. And so I had this whole like weird questioning myself period in 4th grade, I know, right? Because I knew I had feelings for girls the same way I had feelings for boys. But I just thought it was because I liked them as like friends. But so I went through this whole time. I think it was like from like 4th grade probably until like the end of middle school, where I was just like, where every time I met somebody and I had feelings for them, I was like, do I like this person as a friend or do I like them like romantically? And I never really found the answer until I think, I don't know, probably high school is when I really came to terms with my sexuality. This is so weird to talk about. But I know it should be said somewhere because I need to let it out a bit because I never really talk about it. So I think like the whole like me realizing that I did like both guys and girls started in 7th grade when I had a girl crush. It was my first, I think it was my first proper girl crush, because I had like feelings for girls, but like it was like, oh, I think they're cute, or like I think they're really pretty. This girl who was in my Spanish class, that she sat in front of me, and I would like always like hope she would turn around and talk to me, and when she did, I'd smile and I'd do the basic, like sometimes I would twirl my hair, but you know, I did that with like everyone. That was just my thing. I always like twirling my hair. But with her, it was different. I don't know. I felt different when I talked to her. I felt like it might have been a crush, but I wasn't sure, so I never really took it as a crush until I got older and I came to terms with sexuality, that I realized that was like my legit first girl crush. And there were more along the way, but I'll never forget her. I think it was like when I started watching Onision that I started questioning, like, do I like both boys and girls? Like, I don't remember how old I was. I was probably like 13, 14. And that was when I learned the word pansexual. And I was just like, oh, like my friend, because I was telling my friend about these feelings I was having. She's like, oh, you might be like pansexual, that you just like people with their personalities, or like demisexual. I think it was either pan or demisexual. I don't remember which one she told me. And so for a while, I considered myself demisexual because, you know, I thought, okay, yeah, I like people for their personality, no matter their gender. And this is when I started getting like weird, because I was like, wait, am I demisexual? Am I pansexual? And then I learned bisexual, and I was like, which one am I? And that's when I learned that labels you don't need a label to define who you are. If you are struggling for that, don't worry about it. If you find one like I did, which was bisexuality, that you find fitting, then you pick one. And then around 10th grade, I found my school GSA. If you don't know what GSA is, it stands for Gay Straight Alliance or Gender and Sexuality Alliance, depends on where you go and how they abbreviate it. And I learned so much, and I really came to terms to like who I was. And I learned so much about the whole entire community. You know, I had more gay friends, I had lesbian friends, and I met a lot more bisexual friends the more I was in it. Yeah, and I think it was around that time. Yeah, I remember the first time I had officially said that I was bisexual was, it was the day after my quinceañera. I remember because I have a friend who is lesbian, and she doesn't believe in bisexuality. She says that people who say they're bisexual are just faking it because they just want attention or something. And that really got me mad, because I was like, I feel like I'm bisexual, but I hadn't said it out loud yet. And so I was like, well, I'm bisexual. And I don't know what it was, but the feeling I had after I said those words, I felt free, man. I didn't feel like I was hiding. Like, I never even thought I was hiding anything, but like, I felt like I was just, I don't know. And I've been using the label ever since, and I feel so happy about it. I'm glad that I said those words. I'm like making a mental effort not to be so awkward talking about this right now, because usually when I tell people for the first time I'm bisexual, I like curl up into a ball. I'm just like, yeah, I'm bisexual, and then like just hide. But I'm trying not to do that right now. My parents know, they support me, and about the end of last year, I got appointed a GSA president. So I think the reason why I wanted to make this video is because lately I've been exploring my sexuality a lot more. And when I say explore, I don't mean like I've been like going out, because I still haven't had a boyfriend or a girlfriend. But like I've been like looking into it more, I guess. Like looking to myself, like, how do I have exact feelings? Because a lot of people like talk about that they're like 50-50 on boys and girls, but I don't know like, I'm still not even sure what I am, because like sometimes I feel like, you know what, I like girls more today, and then the other day I'm just like, no, I like boys more today. There still are people out there who are just like, oh, you know, bisexuality isn't real, you're just faking it until you either come out or you just want attention. And I'm just like, No, I don't want attention. I'm literally hiding my sexuality from most people because of people like you, and the fact that I decided to come out to you and I trusted you enough, and this is very disappointing. So, I am bisexual. No, it is not something that is a phase. I am bisexual and I am valid. And if there's anyone out there who is questioning their sexuality right now, I just want to tell you, as somebody who has obviously been doing it for a while, there's no rush. You can be whatever you want to be. Don't let somebody out there tell you that you're not what you are and that your sexuality is not real. Okay? And same for if you're questioning your gender. Same with sexuality. Gender is a spectrum. You can be over here, you can be over there, you can be in the middle. Like, there's no right or wrong place to be when you're talking about sexuality or your gender or anything. You are you, and that's the most important part. I'm sorry if this video is lame. I just felt like I needed to vent out a bit. But, yeah. Bye, guys.
Somebody hand me a dictionary, because my vocabulary just